good.
Thanks. I've been doing this like weird combination of air drying and then like twisting, and we're trying all sorts of new crazy
Yeah,
things.
yeah, you need to teach me how to do that because I always air dry. My hair is always just
Your hair would
whatever.
actually it would be good with your hair, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, it would
Okay.
work really well because you like twist little sections and pin it and then just do nothing for 2 hours.
Oh, so there's no heat tools involved.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's
Very
solid.
exciting.
Yeah,
I love
it's
that.
I've been perfecting it in quarantine, so
Amazing. Yeah,
yeah.
you're gonna have to teach me.
Yes.
How's your day been so far?
It's good. It's been oddly busy. But yeah, I woke up and it was so cloudy and disgusting out, and now
Oh,
hopefully it's getting a little nicer.
oh, it's supposed to be so nice this weekend.
I
I'm
know.
really excited.
I'm very
Well,
excited.
as excited as we can be, but
I
it's
know. I'm just gonna find a plot of land that I can have a gossip rosé on.
let's do that.
That's the plan.
Plan. Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, let me just we can start, right
Yeah.
away, but quick intro. So, I'm very excited to talk to Lauren today. Lauren is the site director at the Zoe Report, but
Mm-hmm.
she also has a lot of you have a lot of great, amazing things going for yourself. So I think it will be such a unique perspective to like combine both of those.
Yeah.
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 Let me set the timer. We're still doing
Timer's
five
so
minutes.
stressful.
No, but I think it's really great. Like people are always so surprised how quickly the 5 minutes go
Yeah.
by.
I remember
Yeah,
when I was listening to you do record with Alyssa that time that I
yeah,
was in your apartment, and I was like, that was it?
yeah.
So
It's
quick.
so fast.
Yeah.
It's so fast.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. So let's start by you telling us more about what you do.
Sure. Okay, so I am the site director at the Zoe Report. It's my full-time job. So I oversee all editorial output, digital strategy
Hmm.
across 4 verticals. So we cover fashion, beauty, lifestyle, and celeb. So that can be anything from original features, interviews, shopping news, photo shoots. Now we are dipping our toes in the digital photo shoot realm. So it's really,
Yeah,
yeah, it's fun and it's exciting, and I feel like I'm learning a ton. I absolutely love my team, and I love what we do. So I, go to fashion weeks, go to showrooms, which is, how
yeah.
you often outside of our friendship. And yeah, and then half the time I'm just bunkered down with my laptop, writing and editing. So, and then on the
Yeah.
side I do, the Instagram consulting stuff. I never
What
know
is
what to call
what is that?
it.
Instagram consulting stuff. Tell us more.
So I do, it's like part influencer, part consulting. Basically, it's a lot of content creation for brands. I work with a lot of brands on a repeat basis, which is really lovely. So that way I kind of,
Yeah.
instead of just being a regular influencer where you send me a product and I take a photo of it,
Yeah.
I can kind of understand a little bit of the brand DNA a little bit more. I can understand if they're looking
Yeah.
for sales in the spring or awareness in the fall, or if they need to ideate based on what sort of campaign they should have in the upcoming season, based on people around my sort of style and, with my shopping
Yeah.
habits, I can help them come up with that too. So it's not just, yeah, you send me a product, I take a photo, which is
Yeah.
definitely part of it sometimes. That's, I
Yeah.
do get excited about product launches, but I also really enjoy helping other brands, especially small brands, female founded brands, female owned brands, um, really find their voice and find, not just in the way that they talk to their customers, but the way that they present their clothing to the customers as well, visually.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
That's so great. Well, that's gonna give you a really good perspective on like what's happening right now, and let's talk about like what are the kind of stories that because I feel like so much has changed. Maybe you
Yeah.
can touch a little bit on like how things have changed and like the
Mhm.
stories that you're looking for, like the way that you work with brands, like yeah,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
does it look
So
like right now?
yeah, I mean, everything in the past 2 months has obviously like just clearly been flipped on its head. And I think a lot
Right.
of the way that we work with TZR is, we're not a hard news site. We're not going to
Yeah.
report on coronavirus, which gives us a really, it's kind of hard sometimes because you don't want to ignore it, but you don't, and you
Yeah.
want to be sensitive to everything that's going on without just being like, we'll buy this handbag. So a lot of what we're doing is we'll cover kind of corona adjacent things where we can understand like, okay, well, what is the consumer shopping for now? If we're all stuck at
Yeah.
home, and we're on our laptops, like what are we shopping for, and what are
Yeah.
the types of stories that we can kind of elevate that are uplifting, that perhaps like if you're donating to charity, our parent company has a 100% threshold for charity, so we will not cover your donation if it's like 5% or 10%. It has to be
Oh.
100%, which is obviously a very high threshold. So
Yeah.
we really like to kind of uncover those people that are able to do those sorts of things during this time, especially, when a bigger brand, a conglomerate, is donating
Yeah.
5%, that's not going to really be worth using our
Sure.
platform for. So it's
Yeah.
really about finding those smaller brands and highlighting them. And if they're also donating to charity at this time, then that's amazing too. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Very cool. And how should these brands approach you? Like, do you feel like there's a shift in, pitching stories and even
Yeah.
consulting, working with you
Mhm.
directly?
Yeah, I think I kind of touched on this on Instagram the other day actually, because so many brands have said like, how can I pitch you? And
Yeah.
my response has kind of always been the same, which
Yeah.
is pitch me as you usually would, with
Hmm.
sensitivity, of course, but
Yeah.
trust that I can disperse it to my team in the way that if it's newsworthy, then it's newsworthy. If it's something that we're going to cover, then we'll cover it. And if it's not, like, we're all just doing the best we can with limited resources. So don't
Yeah.
follow up with me 15 million times, That's kind of been the most frustrating
Yeah.
thing, is like just to have some sensitivity around
Yeah.
what's going on. And, my workload has doubled. Unfortunately, there's been, we've had to let some people on our team go, which was really unfortunate. Oh my God, are
It's
we at
fine.
5 minutes?
Yes, but please continue. I'm not
That's
cutting you
so
off.
fast.
Yes.
But yeah, our workload has really doubled. So I think it's just having the sensitivity to understand that we're all kind of going through it. I understand that people just want to keep their
Yeah.
clients happy. I get that as well. So yeah, that's really it.
I think, yeah, at the end of the day, like, if we just think that we're all humans, we're all going through it, it's like you understand the other side, and the other side should understand what you're going through.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Mhm.
And then one last question.
Yeah.
What, like, do you feature any, like, new brands? And this is more probably outside of, like, what's happening right now, but
Mhm.
like, do you work with brands that don't have any retailers and like that are really, really fresh to market, and like
Mhm.
what makes that kind of brand stand apart for you?
Yeah, totally. So on the personal side, that's kind of my favorite brand to work with, is somebody who is up and coming but has
Yeah.
a really awesome perspective that I haven't seen before, or even if they're doing something that doesn't feel particularly new, maybe they're doing it better. They're able to do it, with production and wherever they're from, or they're able to work
Yeah.
with artisan. There's just something new about the way that they're doing it. That's my
Yeah.
absolute favorite thing to do, especially as I mentioned, like women owned, women run,
Yeah.
women designed brands.
Yeah.
So I find them in a bunch of different places, whether it be shopping online myself at, there are always stores like Totakayo, or, Lisa
Yeah.
Says Ga, or whatever, that house a lot of these brands that are still,
Yeah.
that don't have a big platform. I see them in showrooms like yours. I see them when I go to places like Copenhagen Fashion Week. I'm actually wearing a brand that I found at Copenhagen Fashion Week called Just Juz. I will never pronounce it correctly, but
Oh, yeah.
Estuz.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah. I
Juz.
know that
Yeah.
brand. Yes. Yeah.
They're really lovely, but and so that's
Yeah.
sort of where I find a lot of my inspiration for these small brands. And then separately on TZR, we definitely love a bridge brand, a contemporary brand who's kind of in that mid-range, like 400 to 800.
Yeah.
That hits really, really well for us. So
Yeah.
yeah, always looking for new ones.
Ooh. And even if they're not in retailers, like,
For me personally, I don't mind if they're not in a retailer. If there's a way to buy the product, or even if it's a pre-order, whatever it is,
Okay,
you
so
know,
there has to be a way to buy the products.
yeah, because what you have to think about the user experience. Like the goal eventually, like even if a lot of times, like obviously we see things as editors, 6 months beforehand, and I will cover something 6 months beforehand. Is like, this is a brand that's coming. Here's why you should get excited about it. Same on my, both on TDR and on Instagram. But on TDR specifically, if we're going to make it a shopping story, you want to shop, and that brand wants to make money too. So I understand that. I get that. So yeah, it's a little bit of both, I'd say.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. This was super
Thank you so
informative.
much. Yeah. Thanks for having me. Lovely to see your face.
I know. It's fun to see you in this, environment
From
now.
afar.
Okay,
Thanks so
well,
much, Karina.
thank you. I'll talk to you
Bye.
later. Bye.